I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawaski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow Fat Jay Zawaski. And Jay, it's been a week.
Yes.
Super Bowl happened. Food was consumed. Chiefs were moon pounded. And we've got a lot to talk about as a result.
That was a moon pounding. We will get to said moon pounding in a little bit. Make sure you're following us on all the socials at I'm Fat Pod, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Blue Sky. YouTube page is youtube.com/I'm Fat Podcast. We've got our merch shop, I'mFatMerch.com. Is there a sale? I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
It's kind of how it works over there. So jump on that. And if there's not a sale, just wait like 48 hours, set yourself an alarm, and there will be a sale. There's several every month.
Yep.
So stock up on I'm Fat merch. That would be fun. We would appreciate that. And you know what? Tell a friend. Tell a friend about us. We would appreciate that. And then how about a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify? And if you're watching us on YouTube, either live right now, hello, or later, subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the like button on there as well. By the way, last week I credited the as well to David Schuster. It is not David Schuster. It's Shep.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I mean, probably a Schuster thing too at some point, but
a future
definitely,
Schuster.
Yeah.
Shepkowski.
Wow. Shots fired.
I see Shu all the time. I see Shu at the United Center all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. By the way, I have a short aside about the United Center.
Okay.
Have you done press box stuff before?
Yes.
Okay, so for the first time ever, I got to a game pretty late and needed to use the sit-down part of the bathroom at the United Center press box. And it's got like the automatic flusher on it, but it must be like very, very sensitive.
Oh no, did you get an accidental bidet?
Yes. Have you ever had that, like you're in a public toilet and you like move like just a little bit and it flushes?
Yes,
so you're trying to do everything in slow motion, like rip, fold. Damn it! It's like, and the people in there are like, "This guy has flushed like 75 times."
Right. There's a courtesy flush, and then there's this.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh man, it was brutal." It was, yeah, I had a wet butt, so I had to like dry off, like get the paper to dry off my cheeks too.
Were you breaking White Sox news after that?
Yeah, it was a lot. But anyway, I'm fine now.
That's good.
All good. Yeah.
You know who's not fine?
Who?
Our guy.
Oh.
Andy Reid had.
Yeah, not a great day for him.
That day was no bueno.
French toast, grilled cheese, and ham sandwich.
Yeah,
not for you, buddy.
Well, no, he's gonna have a lot of those after this.
Who's the defensive coordinator?
Steve Spagnuolo?
That guy looked dazed and confused. Every time I looked at him, he was like,
right.
Like, you might want to stop somebody.
Well, how about the offense get somewhere so they're not on the field the entire game too?
That too.
That to me, it's that more than anything.
Of all the things I would have predicted, a Chiefs getting blown out was not on my radar at all.
I mean, it's literally, the funny thing is, like, I totally agree. But if someone would have told me ahead of time, hey, the Eagles have the better roster 2 through 53.
True.
And the Chiefs have the better 1, I would 100% agree. Like,
yeah.
But
it's not that far apart though.
At certain spots that, man, like just the Eagles got the perfect additions. Like the fact they were able to tread water until like their rookie DBs were able to kind of get their feet a little bit with DeJean and Mitchell. And then like Zach Bond being a minimum, I think he was a minimum signing as a free agent. And then he just turns into literally a first team All-Pro.
Yeah.
Is
nice
insane.
To have a competent GM.
Right. Competent GM and like Fangio, man. Like that's Fangio with inside linebackers. Like He just churns them out. It really is incredible. But I have a theory.
Okay.
Has Andy lost some of his mojo as he's lost weight?
Oh, I don't know.
Noticeably, like he's a little smaller this year. Mind you, that's a very relative term. But he is smaller this year, and this is the time they get crushed in the Super Bowl.
He just doesn't have the energy anymore. The carb power is gone. He by the way, he is definitely on Ozempic.
Oh yeah.
That is that look of like the really like lean face.
Yeah.
And look, like it's probably good. Like some people just can't lose weight.
Right.
And I can't imagine Andy Reid has time to gorge himself every meal. Could he eat healthier? Probably.
Yes.
Could he spend a little more time in the gym? Probably. But I think once someone gets to that size, it's kind of like, what do I even do?
Yeah.
So it's good that there's something that can get him down to a more, now maybe with the initial loss, he can start working towards more and more and like get a little bit healthier. But it's good that he has it, but he's
But
different,
should he be
man.
doing it if it's making his football coaching worse?
I mean, that's a question for him. What does he value more? Carbs or championships? I would say carbs. Me personally.
Well, no, they go hand in hand. More carbs, more championships.
That's
If
what I'm
he's
saying.
losing-
Yeah.
Yeah, like losing the weight means worse performance. So, I mean, Andy, I get it, but you know what? When you're done coaching, that's when you can start with the Ozempic.
That's what everybody else does. All
Right?
these Kyle Long types and Chris Long.
Well,
These guys used to be fat. Tom
Yeah.
Thayer.
yeah, except for some of those guys, it's probably just getting back to what they'd want to be
Oh, yeah.
versus what they had to be to play.
Well, so many of those guys, and it's not just linemen, but just have to have these. Like I've talked before, my cousin who was a like depth wide receiver at Oregon and Washington. He's like a special teamer, but they're like, you have to put on like 30 pounds. He's like, what?
Right.
They're like, you need to have like 6 milkshakes a day, which sounds great until
Yeah.
you have to drink 6 milkshakes a day. Like seriously, when he was in town, he had to like, I gotta go out, I gotta go get McDonald's, I gotta go get Portillo. I'm like, this sounds awesome. He's like,
Right.
it's like, it's not. Like, you get physically ill from eating so much, and it was just kind of, he just couldn't keep it on. He was a skinny little dude.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys go through it. Like, to be an offensive lineman, like, to get yourself to 320 is you know what I mean? Like,
That'd be a lot of work for me.
work up or down.
Down.
I was trying to leave it for, as soon as I said that, I saw your face. I'm like, well,
Yeah. Oh, I was
hard
going
for
to say,
some.
I wouldn't. Yeah. I would not have brought it up unless I was going to spike the ball on myself.
Oh, good. I appreciate that. All right, no one cares about this. Let's get to the food, man.
Okay.
What was the food du jour for your Super Bowl party?
For me, the thing that I had the most of was, and we had a really good spread. The thing that I had the most of was what Sam made, which is the picture that I've got. It's the dough balls that look like they make a football.
There they are.
Yes. So those are essentially Sam cut up string cheese into like bite-size bits and then had pizza dough, and then wrapped the pizza dough around the cheese and then added like a garlic butter to it and then added like parsley basil to half of it so that the girls wouldn't be grossed out because, green things, which I respect.
Sure.
But those were fantastic. Just like, oh no, dough, cheese, and garlic butter.
That was like a ton of work.
Yes. Yeah, she was putting in the work for that like before we left. It was impressive. I was being selfish doing like work for my basketball stuff, sitting at the table, and she was getting those things ready, which was much appreciated because I don't know how many I had, but it was certainly in the it was in the double digits, I'm pretty sure.
I bet. Yeah, I bet that's
Yeah.
I know you, and that sounds about right.
Yeah. So that was the thing that I definitely had the most of. Now, I know I have the other picture of just like the overall spread,
Mhm.
and it was a very good selection of. So on the lower part of the counter, you can see next to the old football cheese and dough, there was toasted raviolis.
Oh, I'd eat that
Steve,
entire tray.
yeah, Steve being St. Louis area guy, just toasted raviolis were just a good call. The girls made cookies, and then there were subs brought in too.
Where are those from?
Those are from
They look good.
Joseph's in Geneva, Josef.
Ah,
So they were very good. Just you can just tell a sub with high quality ingredients.
yeah.
Yes, sign me up.
Yeah,
So
the bread looks nice and soft. That looks really good.
yeah, and then the dip had like some of the everything bagel stuff in there. So it was a like well-rounded spread that we had going on. And it was good because it was needed because Steve, from being, downstate, grew up a Chiefs fan. So
Oh, okay.
mind you, he's had plenty to be happy about the last few years, but yesterday was not one of those days.
No, rough day for Steve.
Yes. So there was a lot of eating to be had, and we thoroughly enjoyed it because of all that stuff. Like, I kept going back and I'm just being like, let me eat one while I'm here so that I'm only coming back with 2 instead of 3. And,
Yeah.
just like that type of thing. Because after a while, I'm like, how many trips have I made back here for more?
That is such a that's such a pro move, by the way. That's
Yeah.
like whenever I go get the Girl Scout cookies or the Oreos or whatever, I'm like, I want 5.
Mm-hmm.
But that would look gluttonous in my hand. So I'm going to shove one in my mouth real quick.
Yep.
And I'm going to walk to the TV room with 3 or 4, whatever, however many I shove in my face at once. So
Right.
it doesn't look as bad. As if they can't see me chewing and. What are you doing? I'm eating salad on the way to the cookie.
Right. It's like, why are you doing Kevin Zepak's impression of you?
I thought that as soon as I did it too.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little closer than it seemed at the time.
Right.
Yeah, so this looks good. Any dessert aside from the cookies that the girls made?
No, that was pretty much it. Because
Okay.
there had been dessert the day before because it was Sam's dad's birthday. So happy birthday to Jeff. Sam made like his favorite thing is like a Heath bar cake.
Ooh.
Is essentially what it is. And it's awesome.
Yes.
So
that can't be bad.
yes. So that was thoroughly enjoyed. So it was very much a dessert heavy Saturday and then a more appetizer-y Sunday.
Fair enough. And similar. So we did the entree and we had our friends Brian and Sarah come over and they had their children with them and that was wonderful. So the main dish was we did a nacho bar.
Nice.
So Saturday morning, woke up, made Charlie's chili from scratch. I think this is the best I've ever made it, by the way, which is such a cool feeling.
Ooh.
But it was spicy. Charlie's like, when you get your jalapenos, get like the softer ones that seem like a little overripe. They're a little bit hotter. These were a lot hotter.
Oh.
So I told everybody, I'm like, I'm really sorry. This turned out a lot spicier than I thought it was going to.
Mhm.
I didn't add any hot sauce. I was just like, I wanted to try to tame it down a little bit.
Sure.
But whew, it was hot, but it was so good. So yeah, chili, grilled chicken for those that don't want the chili, cheese, queso, limes, lettuce, tomato, like all the stuff you'd get on. The problem is we had such an overload of apps.
Yeah.
Like by the time it was time to eat, I was kind of full. So
Yep.
Hope got, I forgot they're from Aldi. I think they're from Aldi. They were pepper jack cheese stuffed pretzels.
Oh yeah.
Like they're almost like little football size, pretzel
Yeah.
bites. Those were great. Obviously, all the chips and all the dips, and I found again those blazing Buffalo Ranch Doritos.
Nice.
Found those and had those.
Oh yeah,
and
we had chips and queso and pretzel bites along with the queso too.
There you go, perfect. And then Brian made buffalo chicken dip, but he smoked a chicken.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, it was so good. So a big casserole of that.
Yeah.
And everybody was kind of not fighting over it, but everyone wanted to make sure they got their hearty helping of buffalo chicken dip. And then the dinner was great, but again, like I was so full at the end of it for the nacho bar that I literally like had one and I had to tap out.
Yeah.
But then driving home from work today, I'm like, oh, we got all those leftovers. So we just did it again. And
Nice.
it was awesome. Hope made the queso. It was fantastic. And my chili, it's like gets better every day after you make it because everything kind of like all the flavors start seeping together.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great. And then we had Addie made like a chocolate chip cookie cake.
Okay.
So she made a cookie dough, but it had like a little bit of like more floweriness to it. So it almost came out like cakey.
Gotcha.
And then Brian and Sarah's daughter made little brownies, chocolate brownies she got the Pillsbury, like, the cookies you slice.
Yes.
Like usually it's a pumpkin. These were little footballs. So she put those on top and they were wonderful. She called the Pillsbury Doughboy, by the way, that little marshmallow guy. I realize like her generation has the Pillsbury Doughboy isn't really
a thing
referenced anymore.
No.
He's on the packaging, but you don't have the hoo-hoo commercials anymore.
Right.
Which, how many times did that happen to you as a kid?
Oh, dude. So, okay. So, that immediately made me think of a story. So I don't remember which year. And I use in the Mac title game. I'm in college. The band goes. But after the game, we are outside changing from our uniforms back into clothes to immediately drive back to DeKalb. And it just so happened that the pajama pants that I had packed were Pillsbury Doughboy pajama pants. So some just like beyond drunk dude. As I've got the pants on, but I'm now changing my shirt. And mind you, it's like November in Detroit. So I'm at least in theory trying to do this relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And this guy walks up to me, takes off his coat and holds it up and puts it in front of me. He's like, "No one wants to see that, you Pillsbury Doughboy."
Oh, God.
He was so drunk that it was
6 months
like
of therapy.
Yeah, right. I mean, whatever. I didn't take it seriously because the guy was so drunk and the prompt was on my pants if I had a dime.
True.
But still, it was so funny. I was also like 100 pounds lighter at the time. So
Right,
that
fair.
also helped.
Fair.
But
helps.
yeah, I thought that was pretty hilarious. As someone who, especially at that time, really appreciated the drunken arts, that was a really good example.
That's rough. That's a rough one though. But anyway, yeah, so everything was great. Great apps, everything. Let me text Hope where she got those. I know she told me, but I forgot. Where did you get the pretzel bites?
Corrections
All right, I'll tell you
department
soon.
for the win.
Yeah, because she'll just yell at me after the show anyway, and then I'll
Yeah.
have to correct it next week, so I might as well correct it now. But
Sure.
yeah, really good. I look forward to Super Bowl every year. Was there a commercial that you loved more than others?
I didn't pay quite as close of attention. The seal one I thought was pretty good.
That was a bit off-putting, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, it was off-putting, but I thought it was pretty funny. I don't know. I'll be honest. I didn't pay as close attention to the commercials this year as I usually do.
By the way, Aldi. I was right. She did get those at Aldi.
Okay.
The seal one stood out to me,
Mhm.
as did Chasmo, the Totino's Pizza Rolls
Yes.
alien that gets crushed in the door.
Yes.
Anything with Tim Robinson and Sam Richardson, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never seen Detroiters, it is finally streaming on Netflix, so watch that show. It is the funniest show made in the last 10 years. I stand by that. But just that whole, like, Jasmine, no one sees it coming, and the alien in the commercial is about to go home with his Totinos, just gets smashed in the door. And I guess there was a version that didn't air where Chasmo's eye actually comes out of his head, like it bugs out of his head, and then it rolls to Sam, who kicks it. That one got
a
banned.
little much.
Yeah, it got banned for the Super Bowl. But that one I love because it's those two guys and just dark as hell, and I'm here for it. So I enjoyed those very much. But yeah, overall, entertaining. Halftime show was great. Now that I got to see, like, a lot of people have been publishing, like, here are the Easter eggs of the halftime show. I'm like, oh, okay, now, like, I knew a lot about it, like the stuff with him and Drake, but I didn't realize that was Serena Williams till after.
No, so okay, so I'm mad I didn't say anything in the moment because I was sitting there with Sam, Shannon, and Steve, and nobody said it. But like, I was looking and I was like, God, she looks a lot like Serena Williams, but
Yeah.
it never clicked that it would actually be Serena Williams. I had totally forgotten that her and Drake dated.
And so did Drake and SZA.
Yeah.
So he had 2 of his exes on the stage. I mean,
That is, I mean, the
he's
level
already dead.
the
God.
fact that if Lawrence was still doing Hater Wednesday, it would have to be retired because this is too good.
It's been over,
Yeah.
and now you're basically just setting his grave on fire.
Yeah.
Like, I said to Addie, I go, poor Aubrey. She goes, who's Aubrey? I go, that's Drake.
Yeah.
His name is Aubrey Graham. She's like, his name's Aubrey Graham. Like,
Mhm.
there's another in the L column for
Yep.
Drake.
Yep.
Ugh, that's rough. That is rough, but it was good. I enjoyed it. The game was secondary because it was so out of hand, but it's all about getting together with friends and eating
Yeah.
way too much food.
Especially when you're in Chicago because your team's never going to be there.
Never, ever in life.
Right.
And if you want to get together with friends and drink,
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you about our friends at Nick and Ivy Brewing, 1026 South State Street in beautiful downtown historic Lockport. Tons going on this week. They've got, well, if you're there tonight, well, it's over. Well, you got 40 minutes. Member Monday is going on until 9. So if you're watching live and you live close, you'd still get there for Member Monday. Wednesday, they've got the new beer with lemon release, the Nick Witt. That sounds really good. I'm a big lemon anything. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And music trivia at 7. Thursday, a fundraiser for the Montgomery Rhinos, and then live music Friday and Saturday. So always awesome stuff going on at Nick and Ivy, but you want to check out that brand new beer drop coming on Wednesday. Go get yourself that lemon wit. That sounds absolutely freaking amazing. Again, the address 1026 South State Street in Lockport. Follow them on Facebook, facebook.com/Nick and Ivy Brewing. That's NIKANDIVY Brewing. And you'll see they update their calendar every week on Monday, so you know exactly what's going on. And pick your days. There's no bad days to go, but you like music trivia, good time to head out to Nick and Ivy in Lockport.
Okay. Have you consumed any of the Unrivaled League?
I have seen it from a distance. I know about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just a summer league for, like, it seems like a lot of the really great WNBA players.
Yeah, and
Or
it's
a winter league, I guess.
and it's owned by those players too.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I don't remember who all owns a part of it, but there's quite a few that like went in on it to own that league. And
I
the
saw
reason,
like Angel Reese is in it, and Brittany Griner's in it, and
yeah,
a lot of the
I
big
thought
name
I saw
stars.
Breanna Stewart. And the reason I bring this up is because like a lot of these like social media teams have gotten much better, and one of the things they do now, and this is no exception for Unrivaled, is as they're walking to either the locker room or towards the court, ask a question.
Right.
And so they did this, and the question was, what is a food you swear people only pretend to like? So there were a lot of answers. I would say the most common answer was chitlins, which I think is a great call.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like a rite of chitlins is almost like Malort, where people like it's almost a rite of passage to say like,
I wonder as like the older generations move on if those sort of things, because that was all, I feel like a lot of that stuff is tied to the Depression, where you just don't waste any part of the animal, and you got to eat all of it, like pig's feet and oxtail soup, and like nothing goes to waste. I will say I've had oxtail soup and it is good, in fairness. But I wonder if now, you know, as time goes by and those traditions, I've never had chitlins.
Neither have I. I have
really
no plans
myself to.
Yeah. Like a lot of some of my first exposure to chitlins was in the movie Boomerang. So that was like, I just seen that. I'm like, no, thank you. Just no. But you got a variety of answers. Someone said avocado. There were God, what were some of the other answers?
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes
That's
was on
mine.
there.
I
and
hate
not,
sweet potatoes.
and not as it was pointed out there, not yams, not like
Yeah.
done up sweet potatoes, just plain ass sweet potatoes. Which, yeah, I'm generally not much of a sweet potato person. If it's in something, then I'm fine.
I don't even like the fries, honestly.
Yeah, I never choose sweet potato fries if there's a regular fry option.
Yeah.
I just don't. However, of the mist, Dejanay Carrington is now my favorite player that's in the W, that's in Unrivaled, because her answer was peanut butter. That's right.
Yes.
And she got, I forget who it was, but someone looked at her crazy right afterwards.
Yeah.
But you know what? You got to be, people are going to think you're crazy when you're that right.
Really interesting.
Yes.
Okay, that's two people that
Mhm.
are wrong as hell.
Jason Leisure. He's a long-standing anti-peanut butter person.
Okay, there's three.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There are dozens of us. Dozens.
Hey, like what you like, dislike
Mhm.
what you dislike. I get it. Yeah. I saw that and you sent it to me and I started watching. I'm like, one of these girls is going to say peanut butter. And it took until, it was like 45 seconds into the video
Yeah.
for it to happen.
Mhm.
But, yep, sure enough, it came. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. That actually started me thinking, like, what is something that people universally like? Because I wouldn't say, like, sweet potatoes and chitlins are not things that most people love.
Right.
But, like, peanut butter is a very popular.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think of anything on that, like, anything on that spectrum for
I
me.
would
Like,
say sweet potatoes have gotten more run as
Yeah.
of late.
maybe that's me with pickles. Like, I just can't.
Could be.
And, like, I have literally tried.
I know.
I have tried to like them.
Yeah.
And I viscerally hate them.
Mhm.
Like, get them off my. If I get a pickle on a plate, like a pickle
Yeah.
spear, I will take it, put it on a napkin, take another napkin, and dry off the area where the pickle was.
Okay. I mean, that's a little extra, but if you really don't like pickles, then you almost have to do that, because one of the things that I like about pickles is that it will leave like pickle remnants. So I'm kind of there for that. Like pickles and jalapenos are things that if they are on a burger or on a sandwich, with pickles, sometimes I'll leave them there. But if there's jalapenos, I will have them like not tell them to leave it off the burger necessarily. I will take it off so that way you get like the flavor of it on there without having to actually have the physical thing on there.
Without having to consume a fruit or vegetable.
Yes.
Good thinking.
Mhm.
I like where your head's at. But pickles to me, like when I think of the stuff that I like salty, crunchy, it checks all the boxes, but I just I can't bring myself to like it. I have tried and tried. I'm like, maybe I'll try a hot pickle. I'll try a bread and butter pickle. Nope. Everyone I try, I don't like. And it frustrates me. Because I'll try anything.
Yeah.
But it's just, man, I wish I liked mayo too. I wish I liked mustard, but
I'm
Just
good
don't.
on, I don't need to like mayo.
I mean, can you imagine if you and I liked mayo? Good Lord.
You wouldn't be able to see this logo behind me at all. My head would be that wide.
Do you know who Yokozuna is?
Yeah.
The former wrestler?
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to Jim Ross's podcast, good old JR.
Yeah.
This is a couple years ago, and he was telling stories about how Yokozuna used to take turkey tails,
Okay.
which are like the fatty part of a turkey on the back,
Yeah.
and it's like they fry them, and he's like he would eat them and dip them in mayo, and just eat them like potato chips. I mean, he was like 600 pounds when he died,
Yeah.
but oof, ugh.
That's a bit much.
Well, that was his point.
Yeah. Fair.
Yokozuna is dead. He did.
Yeah.
Which is because he ate mayo dunked turkey tails by the fistful. Ugh. I just like, if you're like, hey, maybe just like 2 of those today, bud.
Yeah. Not 2
know.
handfuls.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess when you see something like that, there's nothing you can say or do to change it. But ugh.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's a bit much.
Most underrated WWF champion of all time, by the way. In my book, Yokozuna.
I will take your word for it.
When he was like only 400 pounds, athletic, could like jump and run and like leg drop people. Like, he was something to watch, man. Another in that tree of the Rock's family.
Oh, okay.
Like that whole family is. Yokozuna's name is Rodney. He's not Japanese. Shocking to everyone. His name is Rodney.
That's always some of my favorite. Like the Drake's name is Aubrey thing.
Aubrey.
Like that type of thing is so great. I just love it.
Yeah. All right. Couple taste tests this week. I'm going to start with, we went to Taco Bell, as one does, and Hope tried. These are the new slow roasted chicken cheesy dipping burritos. And here they are.
And here they are.
They're in a little bag. And as something that Taco Bell does a lot is they grill stuff with the cheese on the outside.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they do this, but this is how it is on these. These also come in steak, by the way.
Okay.
She was a little bit disappointed. Hope said they were very small, first of all. Like, because you get two, and that's all she ordered. And then as soon as she saw them, she's like, can you order me a quesadilla? Because this will not be enough.
This will not suffice.
Yeah, so did that. And she was also not super jazzed with the like Chipotle sauce they had.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think they're $4.99 for two, so it's a decent deal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to try them. Maybe the steak ones are better, but Hope did not love them. And then Addie got the Baja Blast, but the dirty soda.
Oh.
So if you've been watching these like Mormon wives shows, or you know about what is the name of the sip? I can't think of the name of I'll look it up in a second, but it's a place in Utah where like you take pop and cream and like you mix everything together. It's this big trend in Utah. And they're called dirty sodas. So this is the Dirty Mountain Dew Baja Blast Dream Soda, a twist on our iconic Mountain Dew Baja Blast with the sweet vanilla cream swirled in.
They should call it a soaking soda.
They should call it soaking soda. My God, that's really good. Swig. Okay, it's called Swig. That's the name of the place.
Okay.
Swig is the name of the place, but that's a really good joke. But that is, they're really good, and they are available if you want it in Baja Blast Zero. So that's the first time I tried Baja Blast was like the diet or zero, whatever they call it.
Sure.
Didn't love it, but when I had Addie got like the regular, like the full diesel, whatever Baja Blast, this was really, really good. So if you're a Baja Blast person, try the dirty Baja Blast. I think it's maybe available. Oh no, we got it in a restaurant. We got it from the kiosk, so it's available for everybody. So go check it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So the last thing that I have is actually a relatively lighter week for me.
Good for you.
Is actually the Mexican food that I've been fighting to not burp up during the show tonight.
You're doing a good job.
I've been strategically muting myself. So this is Cielo Mexican Grill, 1108 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg. Because Sam and I were like, okay, we got to find something to be able to eat before doing the pod. And this place popped up, so we checked out the menu. It's just like a different place. And we saw chalupas on the menu.
Oh, okay.
And that is what these are. And these are wonderful. So you've got the fried dough that you expect, or fried tortilla that you have with a chalupa. And then I got the two of them are with the red sauce, two are with the green sauce, and it's got onion and you see the cheese, a little bit of cheese on there. And then
did I miss the meat choice?
Steak.
Steak, okay. That's what it looks like, yeah.
And then if you can kind of see in the middle of that picture, if you're watching on the YouTubes or Spotify, there's a little bit, there's like a white stringy whatever in the middle of there where all the chalupas are in the corners. That is a heaping mound of Oaxaca cheese.
Oh, hell yes.
To then get to put all over these. And the thing is, these were delivered like, because we were looking at time wise and like not going to have time to run out and get it and all that stuff. So Uber Eats over. And The thing I will say, the tortillas kind of lost their integrity for me a little bit
It'll
with
happen.
those. Yeah, Sam got the chicken ones and they did not lose their integrity. However, we were both like, I want to go and eat them there.
Oh,
Because if it's this
yeah.
good when it's been delivered and in the cold and all that type of stuff, to have it there fresh, and if there's any sort of integrity for me to those tortillas, they're going to be freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
So if you are in the area, have not tried Cielo Mexican Grill, I really, really recommend it. Also, the red and the green salsas, both a little spicy. So I like the red slightly more than the green, but both were good. Both had some kick to them. And even just like the brown rice that we got with it too, very good. So like, oh no, yet another Mexican place that's awesome in this area. I kind of wish we could like trade a Mexican place for, like some other type of place because
Yeah.
we're just overloaded with like the same type of thing. But again, it's just another very good Mexican food option up by me in this like Hanover Park, Schaumburg area.
All right, that looks very good. Yes, try that in person. That looks amazing.
Yes.
Maybe I'll drive out and join you. We still have to do our mandate at
A Brazilian steakhouse.
Brazilian Steakhouse. I'm still thinking about it. We'll find a day. We will get it done.
Yep.
Probably within the next 2 weeks. Might work.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. But when we do, we'll be driving. Well, I will anyway. In my Mazda from Mazda of Orland Park. Was out there last week getting my getting the oil change, getting the tires rotated. You know what's a really smart thing to do? Get your tires rotated. I have 75,000 miles on the 2022 CX-30.
Wow.
Still original tires.
Nice.
And they check them every time. They use that like gauge thing. I guess, hey, rotating your tires. It's a real thing. Do it. I think it's gotten me at least 20,000 extra miles out of those things. So do that. And they in and out the door, oil change, tires rotated. I was at maybe 45 minutes in and out of there. I couldn't believe how quickly I was done.
Great.
Yeah, the service is outstanding. The vehicles are even better. I've got two Mazdas for a reason because they're the best cars I've ever owned. I'm sure you'll love them. Go check them out, MazdaofOrlandPark.com. Get in touch with Eric Vates. He runs the place. He'll get you out there for a test drive or whatever you need to do, or just walk into the showroom. They will not bother you. They'll ask you if you need help. Say sure or no, I'm just looking, and they'll be available when you need them. They're not going to hound you to make a purchase. And I got to see as I entered the service area, the back lot with all the cars. They got fully stocked, every
Nice.
color, every model. Like, go. I know for a while after COVID, it was hard to get the inventory. It looks like they're back at complete full strength. So get in touch with our friends at Mazda of Orland Park, MazdaofOrlandPark.com. So this weekend, I was at my parents' house and I had to go to work. And I was going down 95th Street. I'm like, well, I'm here. You know where I'm going. Rosangeles. So I call Rosie's up and I say, I want a small sausage pizza. And then I was going to take it with me to work.
Yeah.
And I did. Couple things here.
You didn't get a medium.
I did not get medium. The torturous part is when you're taking it to a destination that's not right around the corner. Because I was going from Evergreen Park to the West Loop.
Yeah.
Traffic never moves slower. I was enraged going down 95th Street. Like, let's go. It's getting colder. So finally, I got a great parking spot on Racine, so I didn't have to walk far with the pizza. Threw it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Perfect. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to eat half this, and then someone's going to show up, so I'm going to just wrap it up, put it in the fridge, and then no one showed up. So I ate the whole thing in one setting. And it was like probably 16 tavern-style pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, I made quick work. I think that I took that down in the Hawks pregame show.
Nice.
So yeah, that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining. If you've never been to Rosangeles, it's on 95th in California. It is the best pizza in Chicagoland, bar none. I've tried pretty much everything that's on that list. Everyone that's been mentioned: Art of Pizza, Pequod's, Peace, Paisanos, obviously Lou's, all the big names. I've had Vito and Nick's many times, and no one holds a candle to Rosangeles, 95th in California, right across from Little Company and Mary Hospital. It's been there since 1955. It's only growing. It's only getting better. They still, I think, have the original ovens from 1955.
Nice.
So you can imagine how great that tastes. Go to Rosangeles. You will absolutely love it. It is my favorite place on the planet. Like, honestly, like, Jay, you're going to die in 10 minutes. One last meal, Rosangeles. That is, without hesitation, that's the answer. And then we got a new restaurant in Homewood, Dave's Hot Chicken, which is a chain. There's a bunch of those around. I know there's one in Orland. I did not look up all their locations, but they're scattered all over. They're growing in size and brand. So I had gotten it before, maybe like a year and a half ago, and it was good. I remember it being good. I remember eating it in a hurry.
Okay.
So like we had to get to I think maybe we were between softball games for Addie or something like that. So I didn't remember the portion size.
Okay.
So I ordered, they've got meals. So you get like the 2 tenders and fries, and then I added a tender for $4. Like $4 is kind of a lot to add 1 tender. Well, here's the platter. Those tenders are huge. And there's pickles. Get them off my thing. I threw them at the wall.
You're like Brendan McCaffrey with cheese.
So, okay. So as you see, I said I ordered 3 and there's only 2. So I said to the guy, I go, hey, I had an extra tender. It didn't come with our plate. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll take care of it. 5 minutes later, he walks out with another 2-piece and 2 extra tenders. So here's the food in front of me. Hope is like, I have to take your picture with all this food in front of you.
Oh God!
So I get all this, and we'll talk about Hope's Nuggets in the foreground there.
Oh, you look like a pig in shit.
So I was like, what am I going to do with all this? So I literally took home an entire 3-piece tender meal that they gave me for free for making a mistake.
Nice.
It was phenomenal. Hope got the chicken, the chicken nuggets here. This is a 10-piece.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I don't say this lightly, and you know this. Like, this place is like on par with Fry the Coop.
Wow.
In terms of hot chicken. Like, it is absolutely fantastic. And the tenders are huge. The prices are competitive.
Okay.
The staff could not have been nicer and friendlier, and they've been open for like 3 or 4 days. And aside from like they forgot the one thing, they overcorrected it and could not have been nicer the entire time. It was great. So the Dave's Hot Chicken in Homewood is 176.29 South Halstead. But again, there's, I would imagine, like maybe a dozen in the Chicagoland area by now.
I pulled up the locations. I'll rattle them off real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Algonquin, Batavia, Champaign, Roscoe Village, West Ontario Street, Melrose Park, Naperville, Orland Park. Doesn't even have the Homewood one listed.
Yeah, it seriously just opened.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so there's a few locations you can choose from. If you're in the city, if you're in the burbs, there are opportunities.
The Ontario one is interesting. It's not too far from work. I'm looking up Ontario, Canada.
That's a little really bit further. It's 169 West Ontario.
Okay, it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm telling you, Dave's Hot Chicken, I was very impressed. And like, portions are huge. And if you're a big guy and you're hungry, like 2 tenders will probably do it. They were, I don't think these pictures do them justice in terms of just how big those tenders were. And these are the hot ones, so they're very, very seasoned. Yeah. And they were hot but edible. They weren't
That's the key.
They weren't like a challenge level hot.
I'll never understand. I want taste.
Right. Don't burn my face off.
Yeah. Don't need the old swinging dick moment there of, well, I ate the hottest one. Okay, cool. How long until you could taste anything again?
Yeah. I will say the one thing that when I was younger, I used to get the Blazin' at B-dubs because I would get it on tenders.
Yeah.
It was tasty. It was hot as hell. I could not do it now. My heart would explode out of my chest.
Yeah, I accidentally had one because someone swapped one with one of my wings.
But you had it on a wing.
Yeah.
See, that it's different because it is soaked and then it's on your face and on your hands. If you have it in a tender, you can control the bite.
Yes.
You can't do that in a wing form.
Yeah. Cleared out my sinuses right quick.
Oh, yes. It is hot as crap. It's very, very hot.
Every time I get like really stuffy, I always joke, just give me one blazing wing.
That's it.
It's all I need. And
Well,
then
I think the hot at days would accomplish that job, but you would still say this is tasty and I like it. So
okay.
Again, when a place just opens, you're never sure, like, is this going to be the full experience? I always will give a place a second chance if I'm there the first week.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
If it's not ideal, it was perfect. Everything came out great. It was wonderful. I'm not like a big, like, let's promote the chains, but yeah, it was fantastic.
If something's really good,
yeah,
it's just really good.
Yeah, 100%. So love that. They actually have like their logo is like the screaming rubber chicken.
Nice.
Like from the memes, and they have like in case of emergency break glass with the rubber chicken inside of it, which I thought was pretty funny.
I know that's a stupid TikTok account that does the rubber chicken singing.
Yes.
I don't care.
That's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Like that's really the purpose of TikTok is like that type of thing. Your face, right?
I look overwhelmed. Yes.
Yes.
I'm showing this again to illustrate like the way they decorate the wall. Like it
cool.
says Homewood on there, and like it's a very cool vibe in there.
That looks like a picture that hopefully someone like did the screenshot of and just have fun with, because there's a lot of possibilities with that.
There certainly are a lot of possibilities. But boy, it was so damn good, and highly, highly, highly recommend it. All right, is it time? I think it's time. Have we gotten to this part already?
Yeah, we're actually like almost, dare I say, if we were shooting for an hour, on time for once.
Look at us.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy, and here he is with this week's Big Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have French toast, Korean barbecue, chorizo, Nashville hot, cherry Dr. Pepper, and applewood smoked bacon. Bacon jams are the original and the bourbon. We will be doing some gigantic updates to the website shortly. We're also going to be adding a Bacon of the Month club. We're going to have 2 different levels, a higher end level and a not so higher end level. But the higher end level will have access to specific flavors that are going to be going away. Yes, I know I took away a bunch in the last 6 months or so, but we're going to be doing it again so that we can focus on getting bigger and better for everybody. But if you're part of the higher end Bacon of the Month club, you will have access to some of the going away flavors. As far as research goes, pulled bacon is in phase 2. Venison bacon is starting phase 2. The lardones and bacon cinnamon rolls are coming next. Keep an eye out on the social medias for all of that. And don't forget your promo code of I'm Fat for 10% off all of your orders at charliethebaconguy.com. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
All right, so Charlie laid out the Bacon of the Month clubs for me. So here's the XL Bacon of the Month club. This is the higher end one. Your choice of 5 combination of packs of bacon or bacon jams delivered on the first Tuesday of every month. You'll get a promo code every month. You'll be alerted via email. It's good for 10% off additional orders. You get access to the vault flavors on additional orders, and you may schedule ahead of time for the flavors of the month. And the $30 per month one is your choice of 3 combination packs of bacon or bacon jams delivered the first Tuesday. Same deal. Promo code you'll get for 10% off additional orders. So $30 or $50, depending on how much bacon you want. And there is never too much bacon to have. So look for that. CharlieTheBaconGuy.com is the website. If you have any questions, shoot him an email, CharlieTheBaconGuy@gmail.com.
So when the siren goes off every month, Charlie will be there.
That's right. 100%.
The first Tuesday. Also, aren't the Lardones a defensive pair that were twins at some point?
I think so, yes.
That's what it sounds like.
I don't know what Lardones are. Here, Lardones are small, fatty pieces of pork or bacon that are used to add flavor or texture to many dishes. They're often cooked until crispy and are a key ingredient in French cooking. All
okay.
Right. That does not sound bad.
No.
All right, we only have 1 email today. That's it. So we're definitely going to get in under an hour. If you want to voicemail us, 708-858-3314, or you can hit us up on our email, imfatpod@gmail.com. Before we get to the 1 email we have, we got to tell you about our friends at Fredo's Culinary Kitchen. I was going to do it sooner, but Rick had mentioned a place in Schaumburg, and I didn't want to double up the Schaumburgness.
That's a good call.
So Fredo'sPizza.com, 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg. Get the I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Pizza, the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese, the giant mozzarella sticks, the 2-pound slices of pizza. Everything there is great. And if you're, one of those people, they got salads. They got grilled chicken. It's not all just gluttonous stuff at Fredo's. And if you are a business owner and you'd like to throw a little party for your company, they do catering. They do private chef services. So whatever your needs are for a big banquet style meal, hit up our friends at Fredo's. They will help you out. They'll get it done. I catered a party from them a couple years ago, and it was A+, 100 out of 100, no notes, amazing. The food was great. The service was great. Everything wonderful. The price, obviously great. So go to Fredo'sPizza.com. Check them out. If you're going to order from the main menu from the restaurant, use the code I'm Fat. You'll save 10% every time you order at Fredo's Culinary Kitchen. Again, 628 South Roselle Road. All right, let's get to our single email.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
Again, I'm fatpod@gmail.com is the way to get in touch with us. This comes from our friend Lindsay, who has been a listener since day one. The subject is deep COVID.
Oh boy.
Hey, Rick and Jay, I was just going through my Instagram, etc., and stumbled across my deep COVID quarantine hobby of fan art of the media I was consuming at the time. Don't know if I ever shared this with you guys. Not sure what happened to my Rick one. Maybe I didn't like how it turned out. Anyway, keep trucking. Y'all are great. Linz. And Lindsay sent this photo, this watercolor she made of me, which is super cool. I would recommend, if you are not watching us on YouTube, go check it out and see this great art that Lindsay made. That's very cool. I don't immediately feel horrible about myself looking at it, which is a good sign.
Yes.
It also means really her art is inaccurate.
Well, to be fair, maybe the one of me was more accurate, and that's why it doesn't exist anymore.
That could be.
She just got done with it. It was like, oh God, it's too real.
I think she tried to paint the two of us and just ran out of paint.
Yeah. Fair.
Well, thanks, Lindsay. That is so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I will save that. I really do appreciate it. Stuff like that is cool that people think about us when we're not on.
Yeah.
It still is a little bit strange. Like I noticed we had a company meeting today at CHGO, and they were sharing some of the slides they share with like potential clients. And there's a guy who got the CHGO Bears logo tattooed on him.
Really?
Like that's crazy. Like people care that much. So, hey, hopefully we're just bringing some joy to your lives. Like that's all we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Is make you laugh, and hopefully you enjoy listening to the show as much as we enjoy doing it, because it is fun. Yeah. It's really an excuse for me to see Rick every week.
Yeah, because it's so funny, because like now that we don't work with each other every day and whatever, this is our main time. Like we'll jump on the call 15-20 minutes before we're gonna go live and just catch up and talk about life, and then we do more of that on the pod. Sometimes stuff we didn't even think we were going to talk about.
And during the week, we're sending memes and stuff to each other. Typical dude relationship stuff. But
yeah, exactly.
I think when we get off the air here, we got to find a day to go get some fogo de chao.
Yes,
because I'm ready.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't
know.
Ready.
I don't know if you get this from Hope, but sometimes Sam will be like, "How's Jay?" I don't know. Or, "Oh, he sent me something yesterday. Oh yeah, how's he doing?" I don't know. He just sent me a meme.
We don't talk about stuff.
No,
me sending memes is me telling Rick I'm okay.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes, it's just like, okay, still alive. We're good.
Yes,
it's a wellness check.
That's it. Yeah, that's how we do it. I am still here. Look at these food items / boobs / funny thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Follow us on all of our social media at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Check out Spotify. If you like, you can watch us there now too.
I gotta remember to promote that. I keep forgetting that.
It's still new.
That's the fourth time this week. Yep.
Yeah. So you can see our unfortunate faces there, and go to I'mFatMerch.com. Check out our merch. You can get a t-shirt, you can get a mug, you can get whatever you want with our logo on it. Or if you want somebody else's stuff, cool. Still use our link. We get a little bit of a kickback from that. And kickbacks are great things in this country nowadays. Then you can go to youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast, subscribe, like each video. And even if you're watching us live, thank you. B, throw us in the background. You can mute it and just go on with your day, and we get that time spent watching, and it's good for us. Again, ways to work the system, just like subscribing, unsubscribing, resubscribing, unsubscribing, and then resubscribing again to the regular podcast feed. And leave us a 5-star rating and review if you have not done that yet. That's greatly appreciated. It's been a minute since we've gotten a review, so that would be wonderful if someone who has not done that yet would do that. Those that have done that already, thank you so much. And the best thing you can do is check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Monster of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. So for Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
Sit down. Cheese all through the bitch.